And then, just to give you some case study here, somewhere late or rather somewhere August last year, we have embarked what we call one program, this program, with so-called 30 executive from billing and charges, yeah. And the beauty of this particular so-called program, yeah, because the head, yeah, Cik Haji Barudin, he attended the program in full, yeah. So this is something that I think, what should I say here, one of the success, one of the reason why this program really take off, yeah, because of the leaders' role in this program, yeah. So in this program, they have gone through the 4 months program, yeah? And let me share with you. This is the basically the milestone chart, yeah, starting somewhere in August until end of December, yeah. And one of the and then I would like to share here one sample of group assignment, yeah, for this particular group. Basically, in this particular group, we break them into 5 groups, and each group they have their own assignment, and they have to utilize all the ideas into their assignment. And one typical so-called group assignment, yeah, sample is this from group 5. They call themselves super savvy. You can see here how they utilize ideas from the COC right into their assignment. And basically, this is their work, yeah. And the interesting part of it, yeah, when we ask them how you go about it, and they say along the way, as what they say, one of the participants said that it helped us to kill many birds with one stone. And I asked them, what do you mean by that? They said that now we know that when we apply, when we to execute any of our assignment, yeah, actually we have specific tools to assist us, to make it easier for us to deliver the so-called the, the, the assignment, yeah. And secondly, they are talking about some changes in their mindset towards their work, yeah, toward looking at assignment as not as something as they just need to do it, but it's an opportunity for them to beef up their skill, yeah. So this is very interesting, and some of the so-called achieve that something that we already achieved through this group. For example, number 1, here we're able to develop leaders with a growth mindset in systematic and continuous manner. This is what we observe, yeah, in this particular group. Number 2, able to develop leaders to understand the 4 dimensions of human beings. That is through the stick person concept. Number 3, able to develop leaders with leadership mindset in systematic and continuous manner. Yeah, this is also by implementing the idea of future engaged deliver to shape up their leadership mindset in a systematic and continuous manner when they apply this idea in their assignment. Yeah. Number 4, able to develop leaders that are mindful of customer needs. When we talk about in business, obviously, whatever we do, whatever we think, whatever, anything, it must be to the interest of to achieve customer needs or to deliver customer needs. Yeah, this is already achieved. Number 5, able to create value through products or services that are needed by the customers. Yeah, able to develop leaders with business mindset in systematic and continuous manner. Able to develop leaders with collaborative mindset in systematic manner. And last but not least, this is also something that we observe. Yeah? We aware or not aware, we start to inculcate TNB6 core values among the leaders. Yeah. So how we go about achieving this? Basically, we utilize what we call here gamification. Yeah. Okay. Throughout the journey, yeah, in these 4 months, yeah, we don't talk much about core values, yeah, but we just capture their so-called behavior in the program. Yeah. For example, when we talk about here, we have a sort of a competition among this particular group, yeah, whereby we capture doing when they do right things right, yeah. For example, here we capture how they behave based on FED, based on future engage deliver framework. So we give marks, and every time we do our coaching, we will show this table to them, their developmental, their mental with regards to this idea, yeah. And from there on, we have very interesting discussion, and we start to observe, reflect what went wrong, what went right, and the way we look at it, if you can see from this table, there'll be an increase in the marks. This shows that they start to change, yeah, at least from this leadership point of view. Okay, similarly also, when we talk about the TMB 6 core value, again, similar methodology through gamification, we can see their marks, yeah, from one module to the next module, slowly but surely is getting better and better. So this again is something very interesting. And mind you, this happened within 4 months, yeah? We're not talking about 4 years, yeah? So just imagine if they keep continuing doing this. This is what I said. Sooner or later, it will turn into what we call our culture, yeah? Okay, similarly, also during the webinar seminar, also we give mark, just to ensure that everyone, is always on at their toe, yeah, so that because we want to show to them that this is what we call the situation, how we shall behave in our work, something like that, yeah. So and then obviously we do, in order to ensure whether we progress or otherwise, yeah, we do what we call survey, yeah. We do twice survey, first initial before we start the program, and the same question we're going to ask again after the completion of this 4 months program. So the result, we can see here an increase based on FED. We can see how these people behave, or rather how they progress after 4 months. Some of you may say that hey, the percentage is not that much, yeah. For example, when you look at future, it's only increased by 4%, 7%, and 5%. Mind you, what we measure here is their behavior, not theory, yeah. And then, if something to happen, increase 4, 7, 5% within 4 months, that is something huge, yeah. And just imagine if, let's say, they continue doing this for the next 1 year, say 2 years. My God, you will see that those mindset, the right mindset, will help us to what we call to create that so-called culture. Yeah. Okay. Similarly, also goes to the 6 core value. When we measure before and after, we can see the increase. This is something very interesting, yeah. And this is what I call that's why we said that we need time. We cannot do this within 4 days or 4 hours. We need 4 months at least, yeah, to ensure that we have this. And I'm pretty sure we leaders here, we want to see this happen, because whenever we engage with, when we communicate with leaders, many of them having this tough time. How to ensure their people able to change? Talk about mindset change, talking about culture change. It cannot happen in just by by only talking. We need to do something. We need to work on it diligently. And I think from this program, if you're able to see here, we can see that through this so-called continuous, systematic, and practical manner, this can be achieved. Yeah. So let me share with you some of the success factor that make us able to deliver all this. Yeah. Success factor number 1, we can see here why this thing happened, why this we successful, because we apply the ideas straight away to the assignment, to the specific assignment. This is very important. Looks simple, but it's very, very powerful. Yeah. Secondly, the coaching session being utilized to clarify issues in the webinar, or when they apply the idea in the webinar in the assignment. This is also important. Yeah. And number 3, commitment from all teams. Yeah. And last but not least, commitment from leaders. Okay, this is no fluke, my dear friend, yeah, because thing being verified or being agreed also by the people who participate in this program. Let just me share here some of the so-called testimony from these people, from the head, to Haji Baha. He mentioned that COC is a valuable foundation program that promotes growth in one work, and his senior manager, one Mrs. Rahima, yeah, she said that the coaching session and tools in SOC are so valuable to me. I can definitely see myself applying this in my work and personal life. Yeah, and last but not least, from one of the executives, Nur Ain, she said that I have more courage to try something new. It's very interesting. Yeah, all these people, they have their so-called challenges. Yeah, they have the so-called their dilemma, but somehow or other, through the sharing of the ideas, applying the ideas, and coaching, slowly but surely they see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, and what unique about COC within that 4 months? Yeah, I can safely say that within that 4 months, we are going through this process of transition. I think many of us are familiar with this so-called transition. When we start the journey, we have that anxiety. And then when we start, maybe we grew through some hope here, but suddenly, out of the blue, we can see that there are a lot of challenges or blocker. We go into fear, threat, guilt, and depression. I hope not. Yeah. And then through the intervention and whatnot, yeah, we do coaching especially. Yeah. Slowly but surely, we start to bring these people to what I call gradual acceptance and later on moving forward. So, from our observation for the whatever group that we have so-called work with, yeah, we can see this pattern, yeah, and when we share this idea with them, we share that this is the journey that they've gone through. That gives a lot of insight, yeah. There a lot of ooh and ah and whatnot, yeah. So this is basically a journey, yeah. And at the end of the day, once they experience this, I would like to say they are more aware and they know that what they need to do next, yeah. So when we talk about this, uh, what will happen during this journey, basically, we blend leadership, business growth, and collaborative ideas, not in silo. Yeah. Number two, opportunity to leverage ideas straight into work, yeah, or project. Thirdly, engaging thoughts, feeling, choice, and action in learning, basically through the stick person concept and or rather 70-20-10. And then we treat mistake failures as an opportunity for growth. This is very important. Cakap senang, bunyi senang, tapi in order to really practice this is something else. But with the right coaching, with the right implementation, we're able to see this happen. Yeah. And last but not least, allowing to see things from different perspective. So this also get a lot of so-called innovative ideas while we try to execute or deliver each assignment. Yeah. So having said all this, in a nutshell, yeah, uh, if I may summarize this journey, yeah, I would like to share here what I call COC or Culture of Champions Flywheel. It's all started with this needs that all of us have a goal and we need to create the outcome or result. And we are saying here, leadership will be the enabler. Yeah. So in order for us to able to utilize leadership, for that we need to define leadership. And basically, leadership is plan the future, care to engage, and commit to deliver. So in order for us to beef up this so-called capability, that's why we have the 4 modules. Because in each module, there will be an idea to assist us to close the gap, whether at future, engage, or deliver. Yeah. And then when you do this, we also going to inculcate the team core values. In Tenaga, we have the MB6 core value throughout the journey. And this will what we call start the flywheel to move. Yeah. And if we did long enough, yeah, let's say when we start to execute it, we create the so-called build-up, yeah, the build-up stage. And if we did long enough, when the flywheel start to move faster, we can see what I call breakthrough. When I say breakthrough, this is where we will start be able to see the culture that we aspire, or rather what we want, start to what I call start to materialize. Yeah. So, my dear friend, this is what more or less the summary of Culture of Champions so-called process. Yeah. And way forward, what we need to do next. Yeah. So, from what our so-called suggestion to our client before this, yeah, having gone through the 4 months program, what they need to do is simply to what I call this. They need to what I call apply whatever they have learned or experienced in COC in their future assignment. So if they can repeat this into their future assignment, it will create what we call continuous breakthrough and growth. And this will create the culture that we, 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 we need to develop, yeah? And this basically will help what we call for us to stay relevant in this ESG world, yeah? So in order to ensure that we know what we are, where are we, yeah? So we use what we call outcome model. Outcome model basically is a model to help us to go through or to manage change. Yeah. So from the slide, you can see what we did for each level under awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforce. Yeah. So by doing this over and over and over a period of time, God willing, we will able to create that breakthrough in our culture. Yeah. Okay. Having said this, in a nutshell, I would like to say in this manner, yeah? Okay, in conclusion, when these ideas are being applied towards a specific assignment in this matter team project, yeah, not only are we able to gain knowledge, but we are also able to gain a new ability from the knowledge. When this ability is being reinforced in a continuous manner, by practicing this knowledge for upcoming projects, this ability can help to shape one's competency level and developing the right culture. And last but not least, with the right culture, it will enable us to execute the strategy in order to achieve ESG purpose, aspiration, and goals.